Hey Grizzlies, welcome to the 2020 Veterans Day Assembly. My name's Ryan Travis. Today we acknowledge and honor those who have served in the American Armed Forces. World War I officially ended when the Treaty of Versailles was signed June 28, 1919. However, fighting ceased 7 months earlier when an armistice or temporary cessation of hostilities between the Allied nations and Germany went into effect the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. For that reason, November 11, 1918, is regarded as the war to end all wars. In November 1919, President Wilson proclaimed November 11th as the first commemoration of Armistice Day with the words, "To us in America, the reflection of Armistice Day will be filled with solemn pride and heroism for those who have died for the country's service, and with gratitude for the victory, both because of the thing which it has freed us and because of the opportunity it has given America to show her sympathy with peace and justice in the councils of the nations." Today we have appearances from the JROTC Color Guard, student Matthew Gordon singing the national anthem, and veteran Brandon Rydell talking about his military experiences. Here with the presentation of colors is the Glacier Peak JROTC Color Guard.
The Color Guard will now be accompanied by choir student Matthew Gordon singing the national anthem. Following the presentation of the colors, please listen to a message from Captain William Lennon about how to thank a veteran.
Forward, march. Order, post. Ready, cut. Ready, face. Carry, colors. Ready, cut. Freeze and arm.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Carry, cut. Order, colors. Ready, cut. Ready, face.
Hello, I'm Captain Will Lennon, and I'm the Senior Marine Instructor of the Snohomish Marine Corps JROTC program, and I'm honored to be able to be with you today to talk a little bit about Veterans Day. I want to share a few thoughts with you, some you've probably heard before, but some of the most important lessons that I've learned are the ones that I've heard over and over again. I'm often asked how we can properly thank veterans for our service, or for their service. I'm going to offer you 3 simple things you can do to show veterans the appreciation they deserve. I was a Marine for 20 years. The longer I stayed in, the more I realized that my service was less about me than it was about the Marines I was serving. That is what service is, putting the needs of others or a group above your own needs. That is what veterans do and have done. They put the needs of our country above their own needs. I mentioned 3 simple things you can do to thank a veteran for their service and sacrifice. The first one is to earn it, and I'll explain. There's a very popular war movie called Saving Private Ryan, and I'm sure many of you have seen it. In the final battle scene of the movie, an officer whispers his last words into a soldier's ears. "Earn this," he says, between his dying breaths before he slumps his head, his task complete. The officer's task was to find the soldier and bring him home. The officer and his specially trained or specially picked squad ended up completing their task at the cost of most of their lives, to bring the soldier home alive. In the final scene of the movie, now an old man, the soldier speaks at the officer's gravesite. "Every day I think about what you said to me that day on the bridge, and I've tried to live my life the best that I could. I hope that was enough. I hope that at least in your eyes, I earned what you have done for me." That is our task, to earn the service and sacrifice that others have given to protect our daily freedoms. Each day we must honor them with the decisions we make and the actions we take. Our actions and our decisions will set an example for others to follow. Every day we must earn their service and sacrifice. How do we earn it? We earn it by being a good person. We earn it by serving our community, and we earn it by not taking our freedoms for granted. We earn it by leaving everything we touch or do better than we found it. So the first of the three simple things is to earn it, it being the veteran service and sacrifice. The second thing is better than I found it. It's a simple statement, and it isn't always easy to put into practice. When you walk into a room today, here are a few ways you can leave it better than you found it. Empty the kitchen sink for somebody else. Pick up a piece of trash or put something away. You've just left it physically better than when you found it. Thank your teacher at the end of class. You've just left that teacher emotionally better than when you found them at the beginning of class. Reach out to someone that you're having a disagreement or an argument with. Try to resolve the issue. You've just left that relationship better than you found it. Get more sleep, eat better, be physically active. You're making yourself better than you were before. These are all actions you can take to leave your family, your friends, and your community better than you found it. These actions show our veterans that you care as much as they do about our country and appreciate their service. All right, so we have earn it and we have better than I found it. The third one is, if not me, then who? I work with a veteran service organization called the Travis Manion Foundation. Travis Manion was a Marine lieutenant. Prior to his second deployment to Iraq, a family member jokingly told Travis that he was going to push Travis down a flight of stairs in hopes that he'd hurt himself so he would not have to return to Iraq. Travis got serious and responded, "If not me, then who? Who would go in my spot? I'm well trained and educated. How could I send someone else in my spot when I'm the best prepared to do the job?" Travis did go back to Iraq, and unfortunately on April 29, 2007, First Lieutenant Travis Manion, his fellow Marines, and an Iraqi counterparts were ambushed while searching a suspected insurgent's house in Al-Anbar province in Iraq. Leading the counterattack against the enemy forces, Travis was fatally wounded by an enemy sniper while aiding and drawing fire away from his wounded teammates. Although tragic, Travis's family began the Travis Manion Foundation in his honor to help veterans transition back into civilian life and to support those families that have lost loved ones in armed conflict. Travis's message of "if not me, then who" is one we can all embody. We cannot be willing to wait around for someone else to fix the things going wrong in our own lives, schools, or communities. We have to be willing to be part of the solution. So what can you do to thank a veteran for their service? A smile and a handshake and a thank you are always appreciated. However, if you really want to thank veterans, earn their sacrifice, leave everything you come in contact with better than you found it, because if not you, then who? Thanks. Have a good day.
Thank you, JROTC Color Guard, Matthew Gordon, and Captain Lennon. We would like to extend our gratitude to all of you who sent in pictures of your friends and family members who have served in the armed forces. Please now view this presentation honoring our veterans.
Oh, beautiful, our heroes proved in liberating strife. their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, may God thy gold refine, till all success be nobleness, and ever again divine. And you know, when I was in school, we used to sing it something like this. Listen here. Oh, beautiful, far spacious skies, far amber waves of grain, far purple mountain majesties, above the fruited plain. But now wait a minute, I'm talking about America, sweet America. You know, God done shed his grace on thee. He crowned thy good. Yes, he did. Heavy brotherhood from sea to shining sea. You know, I wish I had somebody to help me sing this. America, I love you, America. You see, my God, he done shed his face on thee. You ought to
thank you to all of our men and women in uniform for your service, family members who support those serving, and to all the future young men and women who are choosing to serve.
While serving, to pass time, soldiers used to sing songs to lighten the mood. Music became an influential part of their daily life. The American people also commemorated their service through the creation of music that reflected the sacrifices our military men and women were making.
A very popular song in the 70s was Bring the Boys Home by Frida Payne. Fathers are pleading, lovers are alone, mothers are praying, send our sons back home. You marched them away, yes you did, on ships and planes to the senseless war, facing death in vain.
Our guest speaker today is Brandon Rydell. He served in the military for 23 years and began his career in the Marines. Following an honorable discharge, Brandon enlisted in the Army. Some of you may recognize him running down Highway 2. He is known as the Freedom Runner. He runs at least 8 miles daily, holding onto the American flag to symbolize his American pride and honor. It is my privilege to introduce Brandon Rydell. So, how long were you in the military?
So, total years combined, I was in the military for just over 23 years.
And you were in the Marine Corps and the Army, correct?
Yeah, I joined the Marine Corps 1979, was honorably discharged 1983, joined the Army Reserve 2002, and my end date will actually be October 31st of this year.
So what inspired you to go into the Marine Corps?
Well, my family lineage. My great-grandfather was an officer in the Union Army during the Civil War. My grandfather served in the U.S. Army Air Corps. My uncle served in the Army as a tank commander. Both my uncles served during the Korean War. My dad served the Navy for 21 years, did a tour in Vietnam. Serving our country in the United States military is something very honorable, something that I cherish deeply, which is why I joined the Marine Corps.
And what made you want to go back into the Army?
Well, after getting out of the Marine Corps, I spent 18 years in the civilian sector and missed the military. Of course, there was a lot of politics and stuff going on the civilian side, and I always enjoyed the structure that the military has, so I went and joined the Army Reserve in 2002.
All right. What does being a veteran mean to you, and how has it impacted your daily life?
To me, being a veteran is a high title, especially with the years I put in the service. I was fortunate and honored that I was able to be part of the 1% that has served our country. It's something that no one or nothing can take away from me. I have a deep pride in that. As far as being in the military and being a veteran and what it's done for me, during my military career, I earned my bachelor's degree. That was something that the military paid for. I'm currently going to be starting my master's degree program in U.S. history with an emphasis in military history that my post 9/11 GI Bill will cover as well. And as a veteran of 23 years, yes, I do have bragging rights.
That's great. Okay, now tell us a little bit about how you got the nickname of the Freedom Runner.
So I moved to Salton in August of 2013, and I had been running with Old Glory since 2010, and I ended up going on a run on July 4th, 2013, and after I got back, a friend of ours that was in high school at the time had mentioned that, they should call you the Highway 2 Freedom Runner. And I thought, that's pretty nice. So that name has stuck. The person that came up with this name actually joined the Army National Guard.
Wonderful. And why do you go on those runs? What does it represent for you?
Pride, duty, honor. Pride for my country. Duty, serving my country. Honor, being an American.
Thank you, Mr. Rydell. And now I'd like to introduce Coach Bender with a Veterans Day challenge for all of us.
Hello, Grizzly Nation. My name's Coach Bender. Most of y'all know me from football or history class, but I myself am also a veteran. And I have the honor today of talking about a wonderful organization known as the Travis Manion Foundation that ultimately strives to unite and strengthen communities by training, developing, and highlighting the role models that lead them. Ultimately, we develop programs and training opportunities and events designed to empower veterans and the families of the fallen, and then inspire them to pass on their values to the next generation of the community at large. I was first introduced to this organization through Captain Lennon by going and helping to build picnic tables at the Boys and Girls Club in Snohomish. Got an opportunity to meet many of the people that work with the organization and other veterans around the area, and I was so inspired by what they were doing that I wanted to do more research on this organization and also somehow get them involved with the football team. The whole organization is inspired by a legacy of service. The inspiration for the foundation comes from its namesake, which is First Lieutenant Travis Manion, the United States Marine Corps, who made the ultimate sacrifice for the safety of patrol in 2007. TMF carries the legacy of selfless service and leadership embodied by Travis and all those who have served or continue to serve our nation. Before his final deployment to Iraq, Travis left us with a simple but powerful ethos. If not me, then who? Describes the sense of duty felt by service members and their families. Today, it is a constant reminder for all of us to live with character and to put the interest of others before our own. With this organization, right, the ultimate mission of this organization is to empower veterans and families of the fallen heroes to help develop character in future generations. The vision of this program is to create a nation of purpose-driven individuals and thriving communities that is built on character. Not only has the football team participated in it, but also the Above the Line Club with service projects, and we've brought veterans into the school before to tell their story and impart wisdom upon the youth of GP to ultimately help them, hopefully, live a better life. It's one of the only organizations out there that I truly do believe in 100%. It's been voted one of the top nonprofit organizations in the United States of America a couple years running, and most recently in 2020. It's a great organization. Please do your part, help and assist and get involved however you can. And I look forward to seeing y'all again. Take care, GP.
Thank you, Coach Bender. Please consider giving to this amazing foundation. The instructions are on the screen.
For the past 9 years, the Glacier Peak High School community has committed to sending care packages to soldiers serving abroad as part of our Adopt a Soldier campaign. In that time, we have donated over 700 care packages and more than 20,000 holiday cards. This year, we are asking you to support the Travis Manion Foundation, an organization dedicated to connecting veterans with today's generation in an effort to build character. Please go to the Glacier Peak High School webpage, click on Online Payment, and make your donation. Detailed information is also available in the Daily Bulletin. Thank you in advance for supporting this worthy cause.
Please take time this Veterans Day to remember the people who fought for our country. We heard Mr. Rydell's story, and that's only one story out of thousands. Many Americans participate in this day by displaying their flags, going to church services, and attending parades. When you think about Veterans Day, keep in mind that those who served and who plan to serve are putting our safety before their own, and they're risking their life for our freedom. Take time this Veterans Day to perform an act of service in your community. Thank a veteran, and genuinely reflect upon the freedoms we have as Americans. On behalf of the Veterans Day Assembly Committee, thank you for viewing this video, and make it a great day, Grizzlies.